guys, so this tech talk is going to be on something a little bit different than usual. It's not actually about a new trick, but a kind of junction point between tricks that have really been going on lately. Namely, it is about this moment right here, when the hands are together and the poi heads are pointed apart. You can get to it from pendulums, you can get to it from Triquetra versus pendulum, you can get to it from this Mel horizontal stack. You can get to it from stall chasers. Yeah. I think it's roughly the same idea as when we started playing around with hybrid families. That is, this concept that this hybrid right here has a whole bunch of moves that overlap on it, such as pendulum versus cap, or such as opposites, split time, anti-spin, right? In both cases, those moves nicely overlap in that particular hybrid. The thing is, though, is that they overlap that hybrid in different spots. The pendulum versus cap overlaps it when both of the heads are pointing the same direction away from you, and you're kind of lined up here with your left hand closer to your body, right hand to the crowd. Whereas when you're doing split opposites anti-spin, they line up at this one moment right here where the hands and poi are essentially in contact with each other. Now, this point right here is a different story entirely, and that's part of what I like about it. We know that that moment happens on Triquetra versus pendulum as you're coming down as well as going up, right? This actually is the first place that I ran into this particular pattern and discovered that if I was quick on the dot, I could switch into that Mel horizontal stacking pattern out of it. And granted, I have to cheat just a little bit to get there. I really have to rip the poi that's going to be doing the stall right out of position in order to get there. But fortunately, I'm coming down slow enough in Triquetra versus pendulum that it's not usually a deal breaker. If I want to do it clean, however, there's another move that overlaps there that I can just as easily use, which is these kinds of point isolated walks, about shoulder level, sometimes a little bit higher. And you'll note it also shares that moment when the hands are together and the poi are pointed straight apart. And the beauty of it is that as I'm coming up on Triquetra versus pendulum, my hands also have that moment, but they're stacked in the wrong way. That is, my left hand is behind my right rather than in front of it. And, you know, I could just try and switch it over on the inside such that my right hand was on the inside. But I can also just as easily stick that point isolating move in between. And now I've got a really, really clean transition into this horizontal stacking pattern. One of the things I really like about this actually is you can use it as a tool for switching the direction of your pendulum versus Triquetra. So as I'm going up, I can point isolate, stack, stack, Triquetra versus pendulum go in the other direction. I can point isolate, stack, stack, and now I'm right back into Triquetra versus pendulum going the original direction. I can also get into this position from just fudging slightly out of a stall chaser. That is, I can try and shoot to have that moment in the first little quadrant of the stall chaser, such that I get that nice little horizontal moment. That's something I actually noticed Noel doing at Kinetic that I thought was cool, or not Kinetic, but Flame Festival in Atlanta, that I thought was cool as hell. And I decided I want. So, yeah, basically it's just a way of thinking of alignment as a really interesting way to transition between moves. So, I mean, all of these you could exchange as you see fit in order to get the move that you want to get to. so on and so forth, right? Cool. So, yeah, nothing groundbreaking, but a nifty little tip that I've been really rocking out on the past couple months. Much thanks to Noel for illuminating a couple of the connections there that I didn't see before. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy. I'll see you very soon. Peace.